have their savings in the region of 30 to 40% of GDP. It is only in Kenya that our savings as a percentage of GDP is around 7%. And it is because we think debt is the easier route. I want to say savings is the better route. And that is what we must go. That's what we must do. So, my good people of Kenya, let me say this contest has been defined. Kenyans know what to vote for in this election. You will vote for the people who are looking for power, positions, the cartels, the state capture, the conflict of interest, the brokers, or you will vote for the future of our country, the jobs for our young people, opportunities for our business people, opportunities for our farmers, an accountable executive, an accountable judiciary, an accountable government. It is not Tabitha Karanja and Keroje business. Even the border today are victims of a weaponized fight against people who don't share in the belief of those who hold the levers of power today. And I want to promise them that power is transient. And the people of Kenya will overcome. We will not submit to your threats and blackmail. We will not bow to you. We will not worship you. We worship the living God in heaven. We worship no human being. Asanteni sana. Asanteni. Thank you very much. I want to say from this podium, you may have power, you may control the levers of power, but we believe in God, the all-powerful. We submit to God, the all-powerful. We will respect everybody. We will give respect to whoever respect is due. We will give honor to whoever honor is due. But we will worship only God in heaven. We will worship no human being. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I accept this nomination with humility. I commit that I will do my very best to make sure that I don't let you down and that I actualize the aspirations and the wishes of each and every one of you and make your dreams come true. Thank you very much. God bless you. Asante.
Your Excellency, the Hustler Nation has nominated you to represent the Hustler Nation in the highest office in the land, and you are now officially our UDA presidential candidate, William Samoei Arap Ruto. Haya DJ, ngoja kidogo sasa. Your Excellency, hapa kuna msanii ambaye alikuja akakuwa mwanasiasa. Wasanii wamesema wewe ni mwanasiasa ambaye atakuwa msanii sahihi. Ladies and gentlemen, performing together with His Excellency William Ruto, I want to introduce on stage right now the one and only X-Ray! Your Excellency, your competitor is here. Thank you. Let us hear it for the Deputy President, William Samoei Arap Ruto. Your Excellency Usichoke, coming up right now, we want to bring up the one and only Iyana. Hey.
Kila mtu wako kwa chama. Kila mtu wako kwa chama. Sema above the head. Alafu below the belly. Across the counties. Smooch those monies. Ati smooch those monies. Nataka tufunze DP style. Twende above the head. Below the belly. Alafu across the counties. Smooch those monies. Mwah. Mwah. Smooch hizo pesa. Mwah. Hustler ndani mpaka State House. Hustler ndani mpaka State House.
Nakujua nani kona Kenya kwanza.
Hii ndio wa Kenya. Wale wanataka pesa na hata pia kucheza. Tumasani ya pesa. Pesa nini? Tunataka nini? Sema pesa. Pesa nini? Pesa pesa. Leta pesa. Leta pesa. Pesa rana tuka mwenyewe. Leta pesa mfukoni. Kila mtu apewe. Kila mimi na wewe. Kenya kwanza leta pesa. Maisha ni tamu na pesa. Mama mboga anataka pesa. Watu wadudu wanataka pesa. Pia wakulima wanataka pesa. Pesa, pesa, pesa. Tukiwa na pesa tutajenga uchumi bana. Tukiwa na pesa tukipata sana wakidudu wewe. Pesa leta nini? Siwasikize ma. Leta nini? Atispesika pesa. Leta nini? Wakidudu wewe. Tueni kofia tuweke juu. Kila mtu ana pesa. Kila mtu ana pesa. Tuende basi. Sema above the head. Alafu below the head. Alafu across the counties. Put those money. Put hizo pesa.
Your Excellency, this is a new generation. These hustlers act their living out of their creative. And we are committing as your next government to ensure that the intellectual properties policy is developed for this generation of creatives. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have the one and only Mr. Wise! Hasla mwenyewe, hasla mwenyewe.
Hasla Hasla kama na wewe ni Hasla, weka mkono juu hapa vitende. Nani anajua shida zetu? Ati weka mkono hapa twende. Nani anajua shida za vijana? Shida za mama mboga. Nani anajua shida za wazee? Nani anauza kwa uchumi wa Kenya? Siwatiki jamani wewe. Kiongozi ambaye ni mcha Mungu ni Ruto. Hasla, tupe Hasla. Hasla, rais wetu wa kesho. Hasla, 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 rais wetu wa kesho. Ni Ruto, ni Ruto, rais wetu wa kesho. Obama amehakikisha kweli Obama amehakikisha kweli utonitosha. Oscar amehakikisha kweli utonitosha. Moses Kuta amehakikisha utonitosha. Moses Kuta amehakikisha utonitosha. Murkomen amehakikisha utonitosha. Murkomen amehakikisha utonitosha. Wachungaji makanisani wasema utonitosha. Wananchi wote nchini wasema ni sawa. Ruto, nataka Ruto, nataka Ruto, rais wetu wa kesho. Ruto, nataka Ruto, nataka Ruto, rais wetu wa kesho. Hasla, nataka Hasla, nataka Hasla, ndio yetu wa kesho. Hasla, nataka Hasla, nataka Hasla.
Thank you, DJ. Go to DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, performing with X-Ray and Mr. Wise is the one and only Deputy President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, mnakubali revolution imeanza? Mnakubali revolution imeanza? Sasa kwanza tuwakaribishe Nairobi, Mheshimiwa Rais akiwa hapo, tumjulishe amefika mji wa wajanja. Hapa Nairobi hatuna shamba. Shamba yetu na cash crop yetu ni akili mjanja, fulus na kuchachisha. Na Deputy President, yeye ni mtu wa kuchachisha. Your Excellency, wa mwisho ni kijana ambaye anawakilisha vijana kule bungeni. Tafadhali kwa mara ya kwanza leo mleteni kwenye jukwaa Mheshimiwa msanii, the one and only Haya. Sio mimi nimesema. Asanteni sana. God bless you. Haya. Hebu keti chini kidogo. Haya. Nikisema UDA, unasema hasla. UDA. Nikisema hasla, unasema Ruto. Hasla. Mheshimiwa Jagwa, simama pande ile. Huyu kijana ameonekana ni revolutionary na yuko radical. Ameingia kwenye mfumo wa radical. Officially inviting you to the youth movement of the radicals. This is for you, Your Excellency. Hata yeye ni radical. Thank you. Haya.
1, 2. Maisha ni kama safari, ni safari. Hakuna jua ikishu itakuwa.
Najiangalia kwa kioo. Najiangalia kwa. Asante sana. God bless you.
Haya. Before kabla sijaondoka hapa, hii familia ya Hustler Nation inazidi na kupanuka na kuongezeka. Leo katika uwanja huu, ndugu yetu Gavana wa Trans Nzoia, Mheshimiwa akuje. Gavana wa Trans Nzoia Mheshimiwa Haemba leo amejiunga na Hustler Nation na chama ya UDA. Wapi makofi ya Mheshimiwa Haemba jameni? Asante sana. God bless you.
Your Excellency, mahasla wamesema hawatakuachilia.
Aya, tuko na ndugu yetu pia mbunge wa Ruiru Mheshimiwa King'ara leo pia amejiunga na Hustler Nation. Asante sana. Aya, anasema ni mtu wa PCA, ako na mutaratara. Asante sana mheshimiwa, utaongea baadaye. Haya, wacha sasa nimuite ndugu yetu.
Your Excellency, mahasla wamesema hauwezi toka kwa jukwaa kwanza, una jukumu la mwisho la kutekeleza Mheshimiwa Rais. The Hustler Nation is keen to know your family. Your Excellency, you have to introduce your beautiful family. Kindly, sir.
Good. Asanteni sana. Hapa pamoja na mimi ni rafiki yangu, the love of my life, Mama Rachel Ruto. Asante sana. Thank you. Hapa pia tumekuja na watoto wawili ambao wana represent wale wengine. Wapi June Ruto yuko hapo, mpigeni makofi. Na huyo anaitwa Shalin Ruto yuko hapo, asante. I apologize, my son Nick did not get permission from his place of work. He works in a law firm, lakini hakupata permission, ni sawa tu, atakuja siku nyingine. Na huyo mwingine yako pupillage, na hawa wengine wawili wako shuleni. Asanteni sana na watakia baraka ya Mungu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Nikisema UDA unasema hasla. UDA. Nafasi hii kama mheshimiwa rais anaketi kidogo, ni yeye atatuitia wageni wake, lakini anataka apunge hewa kidogo. Nachukua nafasi hii kwa mara nyingine kuwakaribisha hapa Nairobi, na kama mheshimiwa rais anachukua kiti chake, tujitayarishe sasa kwa sehemu ya hotuba ya viongozi kutoka chama cha UDA. UDA! UDA! Your Excellency, the President, delegates, and all invited guests, welcome to Nairobi City County. Rais, mji huu wa Nairobi, wakati wa miaka minne ambao imepita, huu ndio ule mji ambao walibomolea watu kukiwa kunanyesha wakati wa COVID. Huu ndio ule mji walibomoa mali ya watu wakisema kwamba ni multi-agency, wakachoma vitu vya wafanyabiashara. Huu ndio mji walitoa watu kwa mabarabara wakifanya biashara zao. Ndio kwa maana Nairobi tumesema tunakubaliana na mfumo wako wa bottom up, kuinua uchumi kuanzia chini kuupeleka juu. Tembea kwa nguvu, Your Excellency. Biblia inakuambia God has not given you a spirit of fear. He has given you a spirit of love, of power, and of sound mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to welcome the one and only serving Governor Turkana County, Mheshimiwa Josephat Nanok.
Your Excellency, the party leader of UDA and the presidential candidate UDA, Mama Rachel, invited leaders, all the delegates of our UDA party, I want to be the first one to congratulate you for giving William Samoei Ruto the mantle to go into the elections of 9th of August as a candidate for UDA. And we will pray for him to take up, do his campaign. We provide support to him and make sure that he becomes the 5th president to be able to realize the dream of the bottom up that is going to support all the millions of hustlers in this country. So thank you so much, sir. Because of time, there are many leaders here who will have wished to speak. It will not be possible. However, there is going to be a number of leaders whom will give the opportunity to speak. We will restrict it to 2 minutes each. So when you come here to speak, please be specific, be to the point, and stick to the issues that we have been discussing within this hall. As the Director General of the William Samoei Ruto presidential campaign, we will work closely with all the party delegates, with all the party supporters in all our 45,000 polling centers, in all our 290 constituencies, in all our 1,450 wards to make sure that we have delivered the vote, we have mobilized people to vote, we have protected the vote. Shortly, we will be launching a Protect the Vote campaign that is going to involve all our supporters across the country, that is going to assist William Ruto mobilize the voters, because we want him to implement the bottom-up policy. We want him to implement the policy that touches the hearts of people. So we will work with you from now until election day, so that you are aware about his campaign, you are aware about where he is going next, you are aware of what he is saying, and what all the other leaders who are working with him in that campaign will be doing towards actualizing our dream of making Kenya move to the next phase of an economic revolution that benefits the bottom, that lifts all boats, that makes sure that Kenya moves forward united and prosperous. I will quickly move to begin with the leaders who will speak, representing different parts of the region, and I will begin with Senator Kindiki. You have 2 minutes. Following him, and they should come near the stage, is Honorable Duale, Honorable Alice Wahome, and Governor Salim Muvuria, in that order. Senator Kindiki.
Haya, nikisema harambee mnasema UDA harambee. Mimi kwa sababu ya muda niseme nimefurahi sana kufika hapa. Today is an important day in the history of our country. We have come a long way to reach here. This journey started 25 years ago when a young man whose parents were not known, with ill-fitting clothes, decided to vie for Member of Parliament for Eldoret North. And that young man today is the William Ruto, who is the presidential candidate of the United Democratic Alliance Party. In between the 25 years journey, William Ruto has been Minister for Agriculture for slightly 2.5 years. In those 2.5 years, he made the prices of fertilizer at 6,500, and he was able to drop it to 2,000 shillings per 50-kilogram bag. During the 25-year journey of William Ruto in the political landscape of our country, he became Minister for Higher Education at a time when young people were spending 2 years between high school and university. And in a period of 1.5 years, he was able to reduce the university admission waiting period from 2 years to 6 months. It is that William Ruto that we present to the people of Kenya today. Mr. President, sir, the country is wishing you well. The country stands in solidarity with you. The hopes of millions of people who believe in a better country are on you, Mr. President, sir. We know you will not let us down, because you have shown through your leadership journey that you are able to weather any storm, you are able to stand firm, and we believe in your hands, and through the help of the Almighty God, Kenya is faced with a bright future ahead. I want to end my remarks by saying that those of us who have been your friends, we have been traumatized, especially the last few years. And the source of our trauma has been from our own party. I want to assure you, Mr. Deputy President, the remaining 4 months of this journey will work with you. And I want to advise your competitors that they are in for a rude shock, because, as you have reminded them, you do not fear anybody, and I want to ask you to stand firm. May the God who orders the affairs of the universe be with you as you give hope, inspiration, and prosperity for our country. God bless you. God bless Kenya.
Wow, makofi ya Mheshimiwa Kindiki. Ladies and gentlemen, before the next speaker, we shall have the Secretary Generals of the visiting parties to come and introduce their members. I want to call up the Secretary General of the ANC party. And as he comes up, tafadhali nikitaja jina unampigia kelele. Tuko na maseneta hapa, tuko na host senator, super senator Johnson Sakaja. Tuko na Susan Keheka. Tuko na Senator Kithure Kindiki, Senator Kimani Wamatangi, Senator Cleophas Malala, Senator Irongo Kanata, Senator Millicent Omanga, Senator Falhad Aiman, Senator John Kenywa, Senator Anwar Loitiptip, Senator Aaron Cheriot, Senator Samson Cherargei, Senator Naomi Wako, Senator Isaac Moora, Senator Mithika Linturi, Senator Dr. Langat Christopher, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, Senator Waembu, Senator Njaru Ndwiga, Senator Stephen Lelegwe, Senator Petronila Were, Senator Super Senator Moses Masika Wetangula pia yuko ndani ya nyumba. Ladies and gentlemen, the very youthful Secretary General of the ANC party.
UDA.
Instructions from heaven.
More energy. UDA. Kazi ni kazi. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Dr. Samoei William Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and the newly unveiled presidential candidate for UDA, Your Excellency, Mama Rachel Ruto, our First Lady in Waiting. Your Excellency, Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, the party leader ANC, party leaders present, including party leader for Ford Kenya. I can see Governor Kabogo, I can see TSP, I can see Moses Kuria, CCM, na wajumbe wote wa UDA, hamjambo. Hamjambo. Asanteni sana. From the ANC party, we have come here to celebrate and congratulate UDA party upon this very, very momentous occasion. And I want to thank my party leader, His Excellency Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, for guiding us into the right side of history. The side of justice, the side of equality, the side of inclusion, opportunity for all, regardless of your first name or your father's name. This is the side of majority of Kenyans. The side of the people. They say the voice of the people is indeed the voice of God. And so we have accompanied our party leader from all over the country to come and celebrate with you. We have with us Honorable Issa Timami, makofi kwake. We have Honorable Margaret Itongai, makofi kwake. Honorable Kasim Tandaza. Our national chairman, Honorable Kevin Lunani. Unasimama, unawave. We also have Super Senator Cleophas Malala. We have Honorable Sako Bunyasi, Member of Parliament. Honorable Alfred Agoy, Member of Parliament. Honorable Agnes Kagesi, Member of Parliament. Honorable Beatrice Adagala, Member of Parliament. Honorable Professor Mkwa Anangwe, former minister, Honorable Salim Busaid from Lamu, Honorable Sanyo Ore from Marsabit, running for governor, Honorable Joseph Kiangoi from Nyamira, running for governor, Ambassador Roba Maina, running for Senate in Laikipia, Honorable Obadiah Hezekiah from Kwale, Honorable Abarakwe from Marsabit, and many others. We are very proud to be associated with you, Your Excellency. We congratulate you. And if there is anybody out there who had any doubt who is the next President of the Republic of Kenya, today is your answer. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. That is the Secretary General ANC. Secretary Ford Kenya will be speaking later, so he shall do his introductions then. Back to regular programming. Once again, Governor Josephat Nanok.
I think the Secretary General for Ford Kenya will be speaking, so he will introduce his members when he will be speaking. But quickly, is the governors who are here, just to recognize them from UDA. Governor Anne Waiguru, Governor Salim Mvurya, Governor Mutai Kahiga, Governor Patrick Kaemba, Governor Jackson Mandago, Governor Stephen Sang, Governor Onesmus Njuki, Governor Dr. Hilary Barchok, and of course myself and many deputy governors that are present. Abdulakim Abud, deputy governors, Wesley Rotish, and Joash Mangi. Governor Kiptis of Baringo is also in the house, and many others I may not see. They are among the delegates. Nani huyo? Asimame nimuone. Waitito baba yao. Asanti. Asanti. Let me now bring in for 2 minutes Honorable Dwale to come and give his message of congratulations, and Alice Wahome and Salim Mvurya should also be lining. 2 minutes each.
Harambe UDA. Alafu baadaye mtasema pesa mfukoni, haki kwa wote. My friend and brother Honorable William Ruto, congratulations. We have been in this hall since 2007. But I think this election, to our leaders here, this is going to be the most decisive election. This election will be a turning point in the history of Kenya. And why do I say so? This election will be between the ordinary citizens and the bourgeois, within the meaning of Stalin, the famous Stalin of Russia. This election will be about the debt, the 13 trillion debt, and more so the 7 trillion debt that was borrowed courtesy of the handshake brothers. This election will be decisive, and I want to speak for where I come from and the religion that I profess. This election will be about end to impunity and extrajudicial killings. Many Kenyans, never in the history of this country, under a robust Bill of Rights, their bodies are found in our best of our rivers. in Yala River and in Tana River. Many mothers in northern Kenya, and we will go to Wajir, Garissa and Mandera, and Lamu and Kwale. Many women have lost their brothers, their husbands, their sons through state-organized extrajudicial killing. This government that we are going to form must stop and must protect the lives of innocent Kenyans. This election is going to be about protecting the 2010 Constitution. This election will be about those who tell us that for you to ascend to public office, your father and your family must have a history. This election will be very, very decisive because for the first time in our country, a sitting deputy president was humiliated both in his personal capacity and in the office that he holds that the Constitution created. And I want to thank the framers of the 2010 Constitution that insulated the office of the Deputy President. If that was not done, today William Ruto will not be sitting here as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Let me make one confession, because confessions must be made and confessions must be stated. I was the best friend of President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy. And I remember one morning, in one of the most rare parliamentary groups in State House, that the president engaged me, and he engaged me on his relationship with the deputy president. And he convinced me. Si lazima tutoboe. The president, for the first time in that morning, we had a 45-minute talk, man to man. And the president told me for the first time that there's something called split loyalty. That, Honorable Duale, you are the best of my best. You have delivered your duty as the first majority leader. But the problem is that you are a friend to William Ruto, and that we have completed the purge of the leadership in Parliament. We have sorted out Murkomen and his team and Susan. We have sorted out Ichungua and his team in the National Assembly. But I have been told, because of your split loyalty and friendship with William Ruto, the snake is still, the head of the snake is still in Parliament. And I had only one answer for President Uhuru Kenyatta, my very good friend. I told him I'm a man of God, and I'm a Muslim, and I have walked a long journey with William Ruto. I am ready to take a walk from your administration. I am ready to take a walk with the coveted constitutional office of the leader of majority than me being involved in your politics of deceit and betrayal and backstabbing. I shook his hand, and we went and walked to the parliamentary group. I will give you more when you get an opportunity to read the book that I'm about to complete. We must say in this election, that we are tired of politics of deceit, of betrayal, by more so those who occupy the highest office in our land. And my good friend, Honorable William Ruto, when you become a president, inshallah, I want to beg you, please don't allow brokers and drunkards and thugs who will work in your office to undermine and humiliate both the character and the person and the office of future deputy presidents who I am sure they are sitting among us here. You must stop that. And because you're a man of God, since 1963, when Jomo Kenyatta became president, since Mzee Moi's time, and now under President Uhuru Kenyatta, the common denominator in the Kenyan politics was none other than politics of deceit, backstabbing, and betrayal. That must end. And that's why over 145 members of parliament of the National Assembly from all regions and all communities and all religions, we stood on the high moral ground and said, we will not leave William Ruto at the slaughterhouse. We will not. Today is a good day, and my final comment is this. It is very sad to hear Gideon Moi, who in my opinion is a product of corruption, who in my opinion, not the opinion of the people of Kenya, who is a product of corruption from the day he was born to now, is trying to give us a lecture and a scheme of work on how to fight corruption. And I am so happy that in the event his proposal and suggestion on how to deal with the corrupt people passes, I want to ask my friend Senator Gideon Moi, you will be the first one to be hanged. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Alice Wahome, Governor Mvurya to prepare, and also Mheshimiwa Victor Munyaka.
Nani kama mama? Hello? UDA? Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and now the party leader of the United Democratic Alliance, and also nominated, elected as the party candidate for the presidency. Your Excellency, Mama Rachel Ruto, other Excellencies, distinguished delegates, all protocols observed. Your Excellency, I take this opportunity, like my colleagues, to congratulate you on this auspicious occasion that this floor of the National Delegates Congress has found it fit to give you the honor of leading the team. I am very happy on behalf of myself, the people of Kandara, Muranga, on behalf of the women of the Republic of Kenya. We want to assure you of the vote for women, and we shall move as the Women League, as Inua Mama, as members of parliament of the gender that I represent, to mobilize for this president in so far as we are able to move. Your Excellency, I know in the interest of time we need to speak less, but let me remind you that the National Parliament, both the Senate and the National Assembly, were unable to ensure registration is in place for the 2/3 gender principle. It would be unfortunate if I left this stage without reminding you, Your Excellency, and the leadership of the next government, that we are putting in place of 9th August 2022, that we shall expect inclusivity for women, for youth, and for gender, for, yes, may I hear yes from the women? Persons with disability and the youth will have space and place in your government, or in our government. I like saying in our government because I consider myself in that government. Your Excellency, when they introduced you to us, people of Mulima, people of Kenya, they said you have unmatched record. They said you are eloquent. They said you have managed to do many things as cabinet minister. Your Excellency, he also said your record speaks for itself. After securing the second presidency, they called you names, they gave you names, they attempted hopelessly to assassinate your character. That is a legal terminology. They have not managed to assassinate your character because on this floor, the United Democratic Alliance has nominated you, has elected you as their presidential candidate. Are we going together with His Excellency? Your Excellency, I want to finalize and say, you have spoken to democracy. You have spoken to economic freedom. You have spoken to empowerment of the youth, empowerment of the people who are at the bottom. Your Excellency, in that journey, you need strong institutions, and you recognize the independence of our democratic institutions is necessary. You recognize that we must democratize the country once more, recalling that our constitution is under threat, both by this team, your competitors. Your Excellency, do not go that route. Remember, the rule of law is critical as you implement all those programs that you have promised this gathering. And we, the people of UDA, we shall support you in that journey, because without democratic institutions, without strengthening these institutions, Your Excellency, you may not succeed. I want to wish you well, and mambo bado, si ndio? Tuko pamoja, tunaenda pamoja. Thank you very much.
Aya, Governor Salim Mvurya, and as Didimas Baraza prepares also.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais wetu mtarajiwa na mtakiwa wa 5 ambaye atachaguliwa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8, Mheshimiwa Ruto, Mama Rachel Ruto, viongozi wa tabaka mbalimbali, wajumbe wa UDA na wa Kenya kwa ujumla, asalamu alaikum. Bwana asifiwe. Harambee. UDA. Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais na Wakenya wenzangu, leo tumekongamana hapa na tumetengeneza historia. makongamano haya yamefanyika. Tumeona makongamano, lakini hili kongamano la UDA limetia fora kwa sababu limekuwa na mambo maalum zaidi. Tumemwona rais wetu mtarajiwa na mtakiwa akiapa kiapo ya kutuongoza vizuri kwa usawa. Hatukuyaona kwa wapinzani wetu. Hiyo inamaanisha huyu rais wetu ambaye tumemteua leo atatimiza zile ahadi ambazo ameahidi. Tumeona wale wenzetu wanaotupinga wakituchosha na misamiati mizito zaidi, bila ahadi maalum ambayo wananchi wanaweza kuhakikisha wamewafuatilia utekelezaji wao. Wametueleza mambo ya Mandela Moment, wametueleza mambo ya ukombozi, wametueleza mambo ya 6,000 offhead. Lakini leo Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais, tukiwa wana UDA, mpango tunao, sera tunayo, malengo tunayo, walengwa tunao, na Wakenya wote wataweza kufaidika na mpango huu wa kumweka mwananchi kwamba ndio muhimu katika mambo ya uchumi. Wananchi wa Kenya tunayo mtafaruku na mambo mengi ya dhiki, na katika dhiki kubwa ni mambo ya uchumi. Kwa hivyo tukisimama hapa, tunawaomba Wakenya wote waweze kumuunga mkono Mheshimiwa Ruto na Kenya Kwanza, ndio uchumi wetu uweze kuhakikisha kila mwananchi anaweza kujitegemea maisha yake. Sisi ambao tunatoka mwambao wa pwani tuna matumaini makubwa na uongozi wako, kwa sababu tunajua kupitia uongozi wako zile kazi zote zinazofungamana na bandari ya Mombasa zitaweza kurudishwa kwa wananchi wa pwani. Tuna matumaini makubwa kwamba yale mambo yote ya mashamba na dhiki ambayo imepata wananchi wa pwani, haki na usawa itaweza kutawala, kwa sababu tunawafahamu hata wale wapinzani wetu wakisimama kule pwani watazungumza mambo ya shamba, lakini tuko na track record yao wakiwa serikali ya nusu mkate. Tunajua walikuwa na nafasi ya kusuluhisha, lakini hawakusuluhisha ya wananchi, walijisuluhishia wao kujipatia mashamba. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais mtarajiwa, Rais mtakiwa, tunakuhakikishia kutoka Vanga hadi Kiunga tutakuunga mkono. Kutoka pwani hadi bara tutakuunga mkono, kwa sababu unazungumza lugha ya wananchi, unazungumza mambo ya kipaumbele kwa wananchi. Na Wakenya, ni nafasi yetu sasa kujikomboa kutoka na minyororo ya kigeugeu. Tumeona juma hili, Jumamosi, watu walipoweka sahihi mikataba, na tumewaona jana hata hawana tafsiri ya yale walioweka sahihi. Hata ule wino haujakauka. Tunasikia wengine wanasema ilikuwa ni Azimio Oka, wengine wanasema ilikuwa ni Azimio, na mimi nasema hiyo ndiyo njia moja ya Azimio kuzimia. Tunawaomba sana, tunawaomba Wakenya wenzetu, tunajua baada ya hapa hata huyu naibu rais ameitwa majina na wengi wataitwa majina, na waomba tuene na msimamo, na msimamo huo uko ndani ya UDA, uko ndani ya Kenya Kwanza. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Asante.
Asante sana. Mheshimiwa Munyaka atazungumza dakika moja, alafu tutasimamisha hiyo okay, atazungumza alafu tubadilishe program kidogo.
Kwanza ni kupeana pongezi sana kwa Deputy President kwa kupewa nafasi ya kuwania urais, na sisi tuko na hakika utashinda. Kenyans are eagerly waiting for you to be the President of Kenya. And Kenyans have suffered under the handshake. Wakati ya handshake, bei ya mkate imeenda juu. Wakati ya handshake, petroli imeenda juu. Wakati ya handshake, gas imeenda juu. Wakati ya handshake, hata vijana wetu hawawezi cheza mpira kwa sababu Kenya has been banned by Viva. Your Excellency, sisi wa Kenya si wajinga. Hatuwezi kuendelea kupigia na kusupport handshake wapate kura, maisha ya gharama yaendelee kuwa vile iko saa hii. Lazima tubadilisha, tuweke rais ambaye ataangalia maslahi ya wananchi. Na huyo si mwingine ni Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Asante sana. Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana. Tutabadilisha program kidogo kwa ruhusa ya party leader. Niweze kwa niaba yake nimwalike Earthquake Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, kiongozi wa ANC.
Asante sana DJ. Aya, weka mkono juu. Singiza. Earthquake. 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 Asante sana. Asante sana delegates wa UDA. Ndugu Deputy President, Madam Rachel, ndugu zangu wa siasa na wanasiasa wote ambao wako hapa na wale wanatusikiza kutoka kule. Mwanzo, ndugu yangu Deputy President, nataka niseme hongera. Congratulations on your being nominated and elected as the flag bearer of this very vibrant party, UDA. Your team has done a wonderful job. The party members have done a wonderful job. The party members have stood for Kenyans and with Kenyans. Jambo la pili, Madam Rachel, wacha nikuambie, your husband has spoken well. He has spoken well. He has spoken to our hearts. He has spoken to Kenyans. And he has spoken to all men and women of goodwill in this country. Mimi nataka niseme kwa niaba ya chama cha ANC kwamba tuko na furaha kwa sababu tarehe 23 Januari Mheshimiwa Samoei William Ruto na viongozi chungu nzima wakina Gachagua na wengine kutoka kwa UDA walikuja kwa kongamano la ANC na tulifurahi, tukajua kwamba hapa sasa tuko na partner ambaye tukishirikiana, tushikane mikono, tutaenda mbali. Tukashikana pia na ndugu wetu wa Ford Kenya, tukasema tutaenda mbele. Na leo niko na furaha, nazidi kuona tunapanuka. Sisi tumekuja pamoja vile Deputy President alieleza kwa sababu tunataka maisha ya Wakenya ibadilike. That is the primary objective of coming together. We came together because we want food to be affordable. We came together because we want the Kenyan dignity to be restored because he or she can pay school fees for their children. We came together because we want justice in our country. We do not want justice for the rich and a different justice for the poor. We want equal justice for all. So we are here to say we stand in solidarity with the decision that has been made by the UDA party in putting forward their best foot forward today as their flag bearer for the position of presidency in the Republic of Kenya. Ndugu yangu, Kenya is facing challenges. The economy is one. The Deputy President has talked a lot about the shortcomings of governance in this country, whether at the judiciary level or other institutions. He has spoken, and he has spoken nothing but the truth. We must send a clear message that we intend as partners katika Kenya Kwanza, working hand in hand to make sure resources of this country shall be utilized as they should be utilized in accordance with the Constitution and for the direct benefit of the people of Kenya. The President of Kenya must be there to serve all. The Deputy President has said the big businessman and industrialists creating jobs must be protected. But he has also said, in equal measure, the young and the budding business must also be supported and protected. Who else do you want to work with? Who else do you want to work with? Munataka mfanye kazi na nani? Munataka mfanye kazi na nani? Munataka mfanye kazi na nani? Haya. Sasa nataka tena niwaulize. Kuna wakati the late Kamotho nadhani ama wengine hapa Saitoti akisumbuliwa hapa Kasarani. Silikuwa hapa? Hapa. Na wakasema Kasarani? 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 Leo tumekuja hapa kuambia tunataka tuoshe hiyo kisirani ili Kenya iwe sawa na tusipate serikali ama kiongozi ambaye atadhulumu wengine kwa sababu yeye yuko kwa mamlaka. We want this message to go out. We want leaders who will show humility and respect for others. And we want leaders who will not betray others. Finally, tuko na agenda kubwa ambayo inatuweka pamoja. Kuna agenda ya uchumi, pia kuna agenda ya kisiasa. Kuna mambo mengi, sera nyingi. Na katika Kenya Kwanza, tukiungana na UDA, tunataka sera zetu zijumuishwe, hatimaye tuwe na manifesto moja ambayo ni ya Kenya Kwanza, ambayo itakuwa imetuweka sisi sote pamoja na tuende na hiyo. Na inshallah tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 mwaka huu serikali itakuwa ya Kenya Kwanza na tarehe 10 itaanza kuhudumia Wakenya vilivyo. Nataka pia nidhibitishe kwamba vile Deputy President amesema hapa na vile sisi tumesimama, we do not want a puppet regime and we do not want puppet leaders. Hatutaki kamwe kuambiwa kwamba tumewekewa kiongozi ambaye mtu anashika remote control, akisema pause una pause, akifinya bright unaweka bright, akifinya dark inakuwa dark, akisema zima anazima. We do not want a remote controlled leader in this country. We want a leader who is hands-on. Tunaelewana kabisa? Sasa ndugu Mvurya, wewe unazungumza mambo ya Kiswahili kikali, umetuchanganya bana. Lakini nataka niambie wa Kenya, there is something which the Deputy President has spoken to, which we must free ourselves from. There is something they call the Stockholm Syndrome. Nirudie. There is something called the Stockholm Syndrome. Kwa kifupi, Stockholm Syndrome ni ile hali unawekwa kwa sababu mtu amekuteka nyara, anakuumiza, anakusumbua, anakutusi, anakuangaisha, lakini wewe bado unaenda na imani kwamba huyu ambaye ameniteka nyara ndio ataniokoa. Tunaelewa kabisa? Mimi naungana na Deputy President. Tuondoe wa Kenya kwa hiyo hali ya Stockholm Syndrome ya kufikiri kwamba wale ambao wana uwezo, wana mamlaka ambao wamepewa, wakitufinya, wakitusumbua, atla sisi wenyewe tujiokoe tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 kupitia kwa kura, tuambie wa Kenya tumejiokoa. Tunaelewana kabisa? Zungusha mkono. Zungusha mkono. Earthquake! 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 Asante sana.
Nimshukuru huyu muungwana Musalia Mudavadi. Wakati mambo ni magumu, akiambiwa ya kwamba hawezi kusimama na sisi, yeye alivunja minyororo ya wale watesi wetu, akavunja ngome ya wale ambao wameteka nyara taifa letu la Kenya, na akasema atafanya kazi na Mkenya yeyote bora wanakubaliana kisera. Katika mkutano huu, rafiki yangu Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, I want with a lot of gratitude to thank you for making it possible for all Kenyans to work together. It is your decision and that of my friend Moses Wetangula that has given rise to this new paradigm that Kenyans can work together. And I want to use this occasion, my brother, to tell you, we will pay you in equal measure one day. Hiyo heshima umetuonyesha, na sisi tutakuonyesha heshima hiyo siku moja. Asante sana. Wacha nichukue pia nafasi hii niwaonyeshe kwanza. Wacha wewe Kimani Kishungwa kuja hapa. Nataka huyu Kishungwa, nataka wabunge wote, alafu niite wale viongozi wengine wamebaki hapo. Nataka all our members of parliament, wewe Kimani, nataka watambue kila mbunge wasimame. Nafikiri sijui watafanya namna gani. Can everybody stand up, members of parliament, please, with a lot of majina yao yote.
Aya, asante. Toka hapa upande wangu wa kushoto tuko na mama Rehab Mokami, Nyeri County. Next to her, Oscar Sudi. Na Mheshimiwa wa Ruiru ambaye amejiunga na sisi siku ya leo, Mheshimiwa Kengara. Mheshimiwa wa wimbo wa Kigeugeu, na nyinyi mlisema hayo mengine sio yeye, Mheshimiwa Jagua. Mheshimiwa Peris Tobiko from Kajiado, ambaye anasimama governor Kajiado. Mheshimiwa Wainaina Jango Thika Town ambaye anasimama gavana Kiambu. Mheshimiwa Kalasinga Majimbo kutoka huko Bungoma. Mheshimiwa Chris Wamalwa anaye pia agombea kiti cha ugavana Trans Nzoia. Mheshimiwa Gathoni wa Mushomba kutoka Kiambu anayegombea kiti cha Githunguri. Mheshimiwa John Paul kutoka Imenti. Igembe South. Mheshimiwa Florence Bore kutoka Kericho Women Rep. Mheshimiwa Vincent Kemosi hapo nyuma yake. Mheshimiwa Shadrack Mose. Mheshimiwa wa Kwanza Hustler Nation Msambweni, Mheshimiwa Faisal. Mheshimiwa Didmas Baraza mwenyewe. Mheshimiwa wa Maua kutoka Maragwa. Mheshimiwa Sosion kutoka Bomet. Mheshimiwa Haika kutoka Taveta. Msigi Haika. Mheshimiwa Benja Tayari from Kinango. Mheshimiwa Kingangi from Mbere South. Mheshimiwa Charity Kadhambi kutoka Njoro. Mheshimiwa Koimburi Juja. Mheshimiwa Githua wa Mashukuru Kavete. Mheshimiwa Ken Aramat Narok East. Mheshimiwa Mheshimiwa wa Chepalungu Kosgei. Mheshimiwa Tuwei kutoka Mosop. Mheshimiwa Benjamin Gadhiru Embakasi West. Embakasi Central, sorry. Mheshimiwa Kenothi Agashove from Subukia. Mheshimiwa Kawajiko na UDA kutoka Kiambaa. Mheshimiwa Shangazi wa Taifa Aisha Jumwa ambaye pia ni gavana wetu wa Kilifi. Mheshimiwa Tongoyo kutoka Narok West. Mheshimiwa gavana mtarajiwa wa Embu County, Mheshimiwa Cecily Mbarire. Mheshimiwa Gong mwenyewe, Mheshimiwa Ngeno kutoka huko Narok. Emurwa Dikir in Narok. Mheshimiwa GK from Ndia. Mheshimiwa Koech Amasonko mwenyewe kutoka Belgut. Mheshimiwa Simba wa Mombasa Mohamed Jichopevu Ali. Mheshimiwa William Cheptumo Baringo North. Mheshimiwa Benjamin Washiali Mumiasi East. Silvana Sosoro kutoka Kisii. Swag Master mwenyewe Embakasi West. Mheshimiwa Nanok from Turkana West. Mheshimiwa wa Meli from Nandi. Mheshimiwa Karemba Musangi from Embu Runyenjes. Mheshimiwa mama wetu from Naivasha Jane Kihara. Mheshimiwa Lilian Tomitom from West Pokot County Women. Mheshimiwa Wajiro Wachelule kutoka Nakuru County Women Rep. Nominee 001 Mheshimiwa Ole Sankok from Narok. Mheshimiwa aliye nyuma yake Saimo ambaye anagombania kiti cha Starehe. Generali mwenyewe Langata Nixon Korir. Mheshimiwa wetu kutoka Webuye Dan Wanyama. Mheshimiwa Beatrice Adagala from Vihiga. Mheshimiwa Faith Gitau Nyandarua, Mheshimiwa Kamuren from Baringo South, Mheshimiwa Beatrice Nkava Dharakanithi, Mheshimiwa Wajikoa Muhea ambaye atang'oa Kemunya Munyo na alivaribu atupue, na Mheshimiwa Gibiri, Mheshimiwa Hatib Mwashetani Lunga, Mheshimiwa Anab from Garissa County, Mheshimiwa Soipan Tuya Narok County, Mheshimiwa kutoka Baringo ambaye ni Wayala pia, Mheshimiwa Jamatia, Mheshimiwa Tekla Tum from Nandi. Who is that? That is Koros. Oh, Koros Kitsengeret kutoka Kericho County. Mheshimiwa Halima Musheke kutoka Meru County. Mheshimiwa Murugara Dharaka constituency Dharaka Nithi. Mheshimiwa Gishimu from Geshogo constituency. Mheshimiwa Munyaka ambaye alikuwa hapa Machakos Town. Mheshimiwa mama wetu Rehema Hassan Tana River County. Mheshimiwa mama Beatrice Kones kutoka Bomet County. Mheshimiwa ndugu yetu Owen Baya kutoka Kilifi South, Kilifi North, Kilifi County. Mheshimiwa kutoka Bomet County Women Rep Mama Joyce Korir. Mheshimiwa ambaye anagombania Senator wa Meru Kadhuri kama Shinani, Kadhuri Murungi kana Kadhuri kama Shinani. Mheshimiwa Kabeabea from Tigania East. Mheshimiwa Mathias Robi kutoka Kuria West. Mheshimiwa Dr. Tuitoek from Mogotio. Sunguya amevaa kofia hajulikani. Mheshimiwa Sunguya from Kajiado West. Mheshimiwa Mushira from Oljororok. Mheshimiwa rafiki yetu from Bore Redekere Moruidhania. Mheshimiwa Kiringo from Igembe Central. Mheshimiwa rafiki yetu Mheshimiwa Raso from Marsabit. Mheshimiwa Peter Lochakapong from Sigor in West Pokot. Mheshimiwa ambaye pia anasimama gavana Baringo, Mheshimiwa Resonet mbunge wa Eldama Ravine. Mheshimiwa ambaye pia ni mgombea wetu wa kiti cha gavana kutoka Turkana, Mheshimiwa Lodepe. Mheshimiwa KK anasimama kiti cha bunge Kinango. Mheshimiwa Martha Wangari ambaye ni mbunge wetu wa Gilgil. Mheshimiwa Speaker wetu wa Nyeri, candidate wa UDA Mokorweine, Mheshimiwa Kagushia. Mheshimiwa Dende Nyoro Kiharu. Mheshimiwa Sakwa Bunyasi. Mheshimiwa Alfred Agoi. Mheshimiwa Kawaya Engineer Musioka from Machakos, Mwala in Machakos. Mheshimiwa Manoti ambaye ni candidate wa governor wa UDA Kisii. Mheshimiwa Machogu, Ezekiel Machogu, not Manoti. Mheshimiwa dada yangu kutoka Alice Nganga Watika. Mheshimiwa Simba Jike kutoka Laikipia East. Mheshimiwa Kate Warogoro. Mheshimiwa Jagagua kutoka Mbere North. Mheshimiwa Kosgei, Engineer Kosgei kutoka Sotik. Mheshimiwa Marwa ambaye ameinua mkono hapo kutoka Kuria West.
Brighton.
Oh, Brighton Yegon. Mheshimiwa Brighton Yegon pia ako hapo. Kutoka Bomet. Nani mwingine? Mheshimiwa KJ kutoka Dagoretti Kusini. Mheshimiwa Sharif kutoka Lamu East. Nani mwingine? Oh, Mheshimiwa wa kwanza kuchaguliwa na predecessor ya UDA PDR Mark Lemonkor ndiye huyo hapo. Mheshimiwa nominated member Gideon Kosgei. Nani? Mheshimiwa women rep wetu wa Kajiado Mheshimiwa Janet Teya. Na Mheshimiwa wa Mathira Rigathi Gachagua.
Asante sana. Asante sana Mheshimiwa.
Haya, leader of majority. Najua kuna leader wa minority within the majority party. Huyo ni Kimunya. Leader of majority and the majority leader Aden Duale. Nani yule? Oh, Mheshimiwa Tukose. Na Mheshimiwa Rono.
This is how we build a strong nation. United and prosperous nation. Everyone's dream matters. Every dream deserves a chance. I repeat, every dream deserves a chance. And every dream requires opportunities and support to blossom. Our message offers a new paradigm, a chance to carve a fresh path for our country. It communicates our plan to mobilize Kenyans to change Kenya. I repeat, to mobilize Kenyans to change Kenya. The message is that all dreams are valid and all dreams matter. It is a message about bridging the opportunity gap as the pathway to build a strong and rich nation. An assurance that no matter what their dream is, nobody is going to stand in their way. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Tracy Wanjiru. I think she deserves another clap. Thank you very much, Tracy. Okay, I want to recognize now the other leaders of Kenya Kwanza who will be joining us, starting with the running mate candidate of Kenya Kwanza and UDA party. Put your hands together for Rigathi Gachagua. We also have Madam Fatuma Achani, Honorable Fatuma Achani, the Deputy Governor, Kwale County, soon to be Governor, Kwale County. The Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Party Leader, Amani National Congress. The Honorable Governor Anne Waiguru, Governor, Kirinyaga County. The Honorable Senator Moses Wetangula, Party Leader, Ford Kenya. the Honorable Alice Wahome, MP Kandara. The Honorable Governor of Machakos County, Dr. Alfred Mutua, also party leader, Mendeleo Chap Chap. The Honorable Justin Muturi, Speaker of the National Assembly and party leader, the Democratic Party. And the Honorable Moses Kuria, party leader, CCK. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. And before now, I introduce the party leader of UDA, and of course the Kenya Kwanza Coalition presidential candidate. I want to take you through the journey. And I'll start again. From Nairobi, Kenya to the world, it is my singular honor to welcome you all to this historic event. Okay. I'm being told the microphone is Zimwa. Okay, I believe I'm audible now. Good. I'll start again. From Nairobi, Kenya to the world, it is my singular honor to welcome you to this historic event, the launch of the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, the People's Manifesto. And we will tell you and describe to you why we call it the People's Manifesto. Freedom is coming. And why do I use the weighty words historic and freedom? While many know that Kenya was born out of struggle for freedom and resistance of the colonial rule, few understand that true freedom is yet to be achieved. Few understand why the struggle must continue to be waged until true freedom is achieved. Neither do they understand the nature of freedom that must be won. The damage done to us over that long period is what we must undo. Now, while we got independence, we did not discard the oppressive colonial governance model. We inherited and perfected it. The master-servant relationship, state capture, divide and rule, and impunity and contempt. The first liberation was to remove direct colonial rule. The second liberation was to liberate the country from one-party dictatorship and an oppressive constitution and guarantee political freedoms. The third and final liberation should be based on the correct diagnosis of what the fundamental problem is. Kenya Kwanza, through the people, has diagnosed this problem. For the diagnosis and solution, ladies and gentlemen and fellow Kenyans, I now present to you His Excellency, the Deputy President and incoming President under the Kenya Kwanza Alliance and UDA presidential candidate, Dr. William Ruto.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. On behalf of the Kenya Kwanza team, I welcome all of you to this momentous occasion of the presentation of our manifesto as we head to 9th August 2022 for the general elections. Ladies and gentlemen, to say we are in a storm is an understatement. There are not enough white-collar managerial jobs in the public service or the small corporate economy to absorb the hundreds of thousands of young educated Kenyans with middle-class aspirations. It is no longer possible to extinguish their aspirations by failing them in exams. Neither can we continue to throw crumbs at them, such as the kazi mtaani, or export a few nurses here and there, expecting that it will stem the tide as we continue with business as usual. Sooner or later, the dam will break. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is we have 10 million Kenyans who are either unemployed or underemployed. We have a crisis of cost of living. Our agricultural productivity has not matched our population growth. The fertilizer subsidy that existed to boost capitalization of our agricultural sector was withdrawn, undermining funding to the agricultural sector. Food imports have grown from 140 billion to 360 billion this year. To put it in context, we are spending 360 billion to import food and food items. And of course, every Kenyan knows that the price of 2 kilogram packet of unga is now 230 shillings, up from 75 shillings in 2018. As if that is not enough, we are in a debt hole. Our borrowing now stands at 9 trillion. That our public finances are not in order is something we can no longer deny. Interest rates and interest costs is now the single largest expenditure item in our recurrent budget. In fact, it has exceeded the national government wage bill, which is 550 billion, and now it's dwarfing the county government equitable share of 370 billion. We will spend this year over 1 trillion shillings on that debt servicing alone. The saying goes that when you find yourself in a hole, you should stop digging, as a principle. Kenya Kwanza is very alive to this council. The economic turbulence that we are in demand more than a manifesto that makes a catalogue of pledges that, if implemented, could push the country beyond the tipping point. It requires a credible economic turnaround plan, a plan that gives Kenyans credible and realistic hope. And that is what we have done in crafting what I call this evening the plan. The Kenya Kwanza team, majority of them seated here, we have traversed all the counties of our country. We have engaged the diaspora. We have engaged interest groups. We have engaged close to 95,000 Kenyans in our economic fora around the country to develop this plan. We have engaged close to 258 scholars, technocrats, economists, agricultural economists, and people of diverse persuasions. Many of those technocrats are in this auditorium today, and I want to request them to stand up. All our technocrats from the counties and from national office, they must be seated somewhere in this room. Their representatives are here. Thank you very much. We are committed as Kenya Kwanza to pull out the country from this storm. And we start with what we have. We strongly believe, from the recommendations that we've had, that the single most important asset that we have as a nation is our human capital, the people of Kenya. It's important to note that we have a 19 million strong workforce in Kenya. 3 million of these people work in the corporate and formal employment. 16 million of them, which is 85%, work in the micro, small, and medium enterprise, both formal and informal. The best way to make our human resource productive is by capitalizing our human resource that is available to us. And the primary task of economic policy is development, is to mobilize and influence the allocation of capital in the manner that it generates the best benefits for the country. And these benefits include employment, equitable distribution of income, economic stability, adequate tax revenue, and of course, foreign exchange earnings. Our economic model so far, the trickle-down economic model, has failed the test of deploying capital to generate benefits in the best way possible for the country. Going back, 1967, the NCCK, National Council of Churches of Kenya, did a report. Another report was done by ILO in 1971. And also the sessional paper number 1 of 1986 diagnosed the problem and blamed the trickle-down economic model for our state of development. It also identified agriculture and the informal sector as the areas that have the highest economic returns in terms of employment and equity. When I talk about agriculture and I talk about the informal sector, it costs roughly £1 million to create one job in the capital-intensive formal manufacturing sector. It costs between 100,000 and 200,000 to create one job in the informal or informal manufacturing sector. And therefore, to make policy choices when we are in the kind of situation we are, when we have 10 million people without jobs, when we have a debt crisis, and when we have a huge sector that is not working, then we have to carefully craft policy choices so that we can move our country to the next level. I will give you an example. We just inaugurated a gun assembly factory up in Ruiru, which we built at a cost of 4 billion shillings. That factory created 100 jobs. It means it costed 40 million to create one job. Kitui County, I want to give you the other side of the story. Kitui County created a garment manufacturing industry. Kitui County spent 168 million and created 600 jobs. So, if you do the math, it means it costed Kitui County 280,000 to create one job. That tells you that if we had invested in garment factory like Kitui County, our 4 billion would have created 14,000 jobs. So the policy choices we need to make is not necessarily how much money we have, it is the policy choices we make. Where do we invest? And that is the difference between the trickle-down economic model and the bottom-up economic model. It's as simple as that. Let me also tell you the following. Because we have a huge 16 million workforce in the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector, let me dissect for you that about 5 million of these micro and small and medium enterprise players have some form of formality, graduated. 10 million of them are actually in what we call a lottery. Let me clarify it further. Of the 19 million Kenyans, every year we inject another 800,000. Of these 800,000, 50,000 are absorbed by the corporate sector. Another 120,000 are absorbed by the formal SME sector. The remainder, about 600, 700, enter a space that we can actually call a lottery. They are not sure of what to do. They don't know how much they will make. On a good day, they make 100 shillings, sometimes 200 shillings a day. On a very good day, they make 300 shillings. And on a completely bad day, the council askaris go away with all their wares and they make zero. That is the kind of situation we are in, and that is where millions of Kenyans are. In our plan, as we listened to the people of Kenya around the world, we came to the conclusion that an inclusive, employment-creating economic model is about investing the limited capital available where it creates the most employment, and that is at the bottom of the pyramid. And that is why we came to the conclusion that the bottom-up economic model was the most optimal for all our productive sectors. Our plan, therefore, has prioritized the following 7 sectors: agriculture, MSMEs, housing and settlement, manufacturing, the digital superhighway and creative economy, the service economy, environment and climate change. These are the critical sectors that we want to drive our development. I will talk about the enablers further down the road. And we have chosen these 6 sectors on the following criteria: their ability to bring down the cost of living, our intention to eradicate hunger, and the big question of creating employment, and the resultant expanding of our tax revenue base, as well as improving our foreign exchange balance, and the whole subject of inclusive growth. Those are the 6 parameters that we used to arrive at why agriculture, why housing, why infrastructure. These are the criteria we used. Let me explain to you why. For example, we believe at Kenya Kwanza that investing in agriculture will give us not just employment, it will also give us foreign exchange, it will give us, it will eradicate hunger, it will expand our incomes, it will also expand our industrialization agenda. Investing in agriculture is because also agriculture is the most competitive sector in Kenya. We have the best practices of agriculture anywhere in the world. If you go, for example, to the flower auction in Amsterdam, 25% of flowers come from Kenya, and they are competitively grown. Agriculture is equally important because it controls 50% of our economy, 25% directly and 25% indirectly. Why do we believe that agriculture is the best place to invest? Number one, increasing agricultural productivity is the secret, because agricultural productivity has not grown at the same in tandem with growth in our population. And therefore, it is very important that we target agricultural productivity. It will give us a quick turnaround of our investment, because what we need to do is to capitalize the agricultural sector. And how do we capitalize the agricultural sector? And why is it a quick turnaround? Number one, capitalizing the agricultural sector, you don't have to buy the cows. The cows are already there. All you need is animal feed. You don't have to buy the farm. The farm is already there. You don't have to hire the farmers. The farmers are already there. So there is already a stock of infrastructure and resources that you can begin with. Therefore, we need to capitalize that sector so that we can provide animal feed, we can provide good quality seed, we can provide good quality affordable fertilizer, and we can provide agrochemicals. That will turn around the agricultural sector in a very short time. Let me give you an example, because it is important for us to understand where we are. We have 2.2 million dairy cows lactating at any one time in Kenya. On average, the national average is that we get 2.5 liters per cow. It's possible to stretch these cows to 10, 15, 20, we have 40, we have 50. Let's not go there. Let's just assume we double from 2.5 to 5 liters. And that doesn't take any miracle. It just takes provision of animal feed. Our technical teams have already calculated how much that will cost. It will cost 4,000 shillings per cow. If we went there, we would actually double our milk production from 5 billion liters to 10 billion liters within a year, just by providing animal feed. We would double, and the farmers who are here know. We have listened to farmers in Kitale, we've listened to farmers in Embu, we've listened to farmers across the country. They are speaking the same language, animal feed. And if we doubled our milk production, we could possibly have an extra 200 billion shillings if we sold it to our neighbors. I want to say, I am not talking about buying new cows. I'm not talking about getting new farmers. Same farmers, same cows, same infrastructure. They are doing it already. All we need to do is to capitalize them. Many of them don't have the money to buy animal feed. That's all. That's all. We have costed what that will cost us, and it will cost us 8.8 billion shillings. And if we deploy 8.8 billion shillings, within the year, they will return the 8.8 billion shillings and make for themselves another 10 billion shillings. We will get more people working. We will get our milk coolers working. We will get our processors working. We will get our exporters working. And the secret with agriculture is that it has the highest multiplier on matters employment. Investing in agriculture also will help us deal with the animal of cost of living. There is a paradox. Farmers, on one hand, looking for higher incomes for themselves, and consumers, on the other hand, looking for cheaper products. That's a contradiction. How do you sort out that paradox. Agriculture has the potential to sort it out for us. Investing in agriculture, a farmer who produces 10 bags today per acre because they are struggling. The same farmer can produce 20, 25 bags if we supported them with the capital to plow in time, get the correct certified seed, get subsidized fertilizer, and ensure that the post-harvest challenges are managed. The same farmer in the same farm, just by capitalizing their operations, they can double their production. And when they double their production, it means they can sell at a lower price to the consumer. Therefore, the challenge of cost of living is not too scientific. The challenge of cost of living is increasing agricultural productivity, period. This whole story about Ukraine and all this is a lost cause. And I want to say the following, that if we had not withdrawn the fertilizer subsidy that was there in our Big Four plan, we wouldn't be in the crisis we are in today. It is as simple as that. If we had stuck to the plan on food security, ensuring that we support our farmers, we capitalize the agricultural sector, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't be where we are. It is as simple as that. I have told you already that we are spending 300 billion shillings every year to import food that we can grow locally. Let me give you an example. Edible oil alone, this year, we spent 90 billion. 90 billion this year to import edible oil, which we can get from soya, canola, simsim, palm oil. All these are not foreign crops. These are crops we can grow in Kenya. We can save enormous amounts of money, of hard-earned foreign exchange, if we changed our model and put in place mechanisms, which we are suggesting here. We spoke with farmers in Busia. We spoke with farmers in Kakamega. They told us they are ready to grow the oil crops. All they wanted is a sure market that if they grow, somebody will buy them. That's all they asked. That's all they asked. And for sure, if we are importing 90 billion, we can start there. We can substitute. We can tell them, instead of us importing, please grow. We have at least 90 billion we can buy. We can begin there. The same goes with rice. This year, we have imported 25 billion worth of rice. We can surely double our rice production in Kenya. It's possible. From where to Ahero and to all the other places, we can surely double our rice production, and we can reduce, we can actually grow. We are at the moment, I think, doing 18% production locally. We can do 50%. And if we did 50%, we would save 15 billion shillings of foreign exchange that we are using, and that 15 billion would go to our farmers and be in our economy. Agriculture equally will help us sort out the challenge of unemployment, investing in agriculture, because agriculture has the highest multiplier effect on employment creation, especially because investing in agriculture means the agrochemical factories are working, the fertilizer factories are working, the value addition further the road manufacturing is working, the agro-based industries are working, and therefore it has the highest multiplier effect in terms of creating jobs. So investing in agriculture is investing in jobs. And remember, we are trying to sort out three things. We are trying to sort out unemployment, we're trying to create jobs at any one time, we're trying to expand a package for these 2 million farmers. For us to give them inputs and make sure that they use the farm they are doing now and produce enough for them to eat and a surplus. We have